Hey folks, welcome to the quest roll. In this video, I'm going to create a player character for the Outgunned system. I've thought of a background for my character and I would like to talk about it. So my character is Vikrant Rao, a decorated police officer, known for his honesty, his hard work, his perseverance to solve every case that is given to him. He had one arch enemy called Raksh, known and feared by most people. He was an extortionist, he was a human trafficker, a smuggler, a killer, you name it. He was the worst of the worst. Vikrant Rao was trying to track him for years, and finally he got some information of where this Raksh villain was hiding. He uh, he created a special task force with the people he trusts and the people who were very skilled. He masterminded a plan to infiltrate the island where Raksh was hiding and capture him. He was a man by the books. He didn't encounter his enemies or the criminals. He always felt justice should be served for the people they have wronged. He wanted to capture him, arrest him, and bring him to court. He infiltrated the island, but unfortunately failed. His entire team was killed. He was severely injured, but he survived. This incident was something that really struck a nerve. He retired from the police force and vowed to uh, somehow capture Raksh by himself. So he started his own private investigation services, and his sole purpose, his sole goal, is to capture Raksh. But yes, to capture him, he does need resources, money. So he does take jobs uh, and contracts in between his goal of capturing Raksh to help him capture Raksh. So this is the background that I created for my character, and this character is what I'm going to create in today's video. So now that he's um, quit from the police force, and he's now an independent private investigator. Um, I would say he's a little older now. So let's go to the character creation page now, and let's talk about how to create um, the player character for the Outgunned system. The player character creation is pretty straightforward. There are some rules that we follow, the steps we have to follow, and each step has certain directions or options that we have to choose. So that's pretty much it. There's no dice roll and stuff like that. We just have to follow the steps, and we are done. It's a pretty quick and easy setup. So first, I'll go through the article. I'll talk about what are the things I'm going to do, and then I'll move to the character creation character sheet in Alchemy VTT, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is select the role, right? And based on the role and trope, our attribute value and our skill values change. By default, the attribute values will start with 0.2 and the skill values will start with 1, right? And based on the roles and tropes we select, we get to select which skills we have to improve on. So I am going to select the role called the Sleuth. Now my character Vikrant Rao is a person who has left the police force, started his own private investigation services to catch Raksh. That's his main goal. But to catch him, he needs resources, he needs cash, he needs information, right? So to get these things, he does take odd jobs or contracts that will help him get some money, some cash, or it's his it helps him keep motivated, be positive, because the guilt of losing his teammates, his colleagues, always is heavy in his heart and mind. So I think it's not just resources, it's also a motivation that he's doing something good for somebody, right? So what is the sleuth? Nobody is ever truly safe from a sleuth. When these heroes in wrinkled trench coats find a trail, it's only a matter of time before they manage to solve the case. The sleuths always pick up on the details other people miss, and they always know the right questions to ask and the right buttons to press in order to get the answers they are looking for. I think this is something Vikrant can relate to, and I kind of feel like Vikrant looks like this, but he doesn't smile as much because he's guilt stricken. So yeah, he's a private eye. His job is a private eye. Catchphrases and flaws. So catchphrases is something like a motto, that the attitude that you bring onto your job or onto your mission, right? And flaw is something that negatively affects your attitude, right? You may not be motivated if this happens, or it could be your the problem that you're facing, right? So let's go through the example here. So flaws, I don't know when to shut up. So he is talkative. Maybe he's so talkative that sometimes he gives away his location to his enemies. Uh, I'm a slave to my vice. Okay, that could be something interesting. I'm not comfortable with children. Okay, not bad. But yeah, let's go to catchphrases. So catchphrases, I've already read this, which is you can run but you cannot hide. So this is something that I feel would be Vikrant's motto, because he's a decorated police officer. He was known for solving cases that was given to him, right? He's a smart detective, and he was motivated to catch his criminals, right? So this will be Vikrant's motto. But you see, this, you can't run from your past. I don't know. For me, I feel this could be his flaw. His past, the tragedy that he faced. Losing his whole task force, and him being the only survivor. He's guilt-stricken. That because of him, maybe his plan was bad. Maybe he didn't see all the what do you say? See all the edges of the plan. Which could cause which should which caused his team to lose their life or something like that. Maybe he blames himself. So that's always in his mind. Whenever he goes on a mission, that's always in his mind. The fact that he may not be good enough to protect people around him. So maybe at one point he's put in a situation where it affects his attributes. Maybe I could say his nerves attribute could take a -1 what do you say, dice roll, because he's right now lost in thought, or he's guilt stricken by the thoughts that he's having about his past, something like that. It's just something to role play, mainly catchphrase and flaws, right? So I'm going to take you can run but cannot hide for his catchphrase, and I'm going to take you can't run from your past as my flaw, right? So focus would be the attribute that I'm going to increment by 1, and these are the skills that I will be incrementing by 1, right? And feats. So feats, choose 2 feats. So I'll be taking I'll make a phone call. So what I was thinking was, he's a decorated police officer. He was a superintendent of a police, a pretty quite high-ranking position. So in his career, he has definitely made some contacts. It could be, an informant, right? Or it could be an ex-colleague, right? Or maybe his mentor, right? Something like that. A person that he trust, or a person who can give him the relevant information. So that's what I was thinking. So he has some contacts. So this is one feat that he's going to have, and he's going to have a detective feat, right? So so before I show you what the feat is, I'll just talk about the next thing. That's a gear. So he starts off with $1 item of a choice. Oh, so he can select any $1 item of his choice, and he has a pistol or rifle or a shotgun. Okay, so I'm still deciding which weapon, but yeah, so these are the gears that he'll start off with, right? So let's finish off the feat first. So now under feats, okay, sorry, this is so under feats, we have detective. So what does detective say? The crime scene speaks to you. Where others see chaos, you know how to spot a clue. Gain a free reroll when looking for clues, following trails, or searching rooms. Searching a room. Sorry. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, I think this is exactly what I need. The next thing was I'll make a phone call. You have a contact, a friend, or a favor you can call in. It's just a phone call away. Full turn. You call one of your contacts asking for contacts asking for a piece of information, a favor, a ride, or up to 3 cash. You gain whatever you ask for during the next timeout. Okay, cool. This is cool. So, but as you can see, it has this lightning bolt here. So what that means is this is not a passive feat. It's a active feat. So you have to spend your adrenaline points to actually use this. So the ones that do not have that lightning bolt, you can use it for free. You don't have to spend anything, right? So that's what this symbol is for. Now let's go back to okay. So role. So we understood what we have selected for this for the role. The next thing would be personal data. So under personal data, we have the name, which I've already selected, Vikrant Rao. Job is private eye, we've already selected. Age. So age is something that makes a difference when it comes to young and adult. For young and old. For adult, it you just have to follow the steps. So for young, let's just jump onto young. Rookie. So basically, what it says is you're a kid or a teenager who hasn't learned the ropes yet. You could be, a recruit, just a new recruit at the institute or whatever. Uh, so that's what it is. You're just a recruit. And adult is you've already worked your way to where you are to reach your position, and you already have the required expertise in your field. So that's what an adult is. And old is you're like a veteran. In this case I feel Vikrant would be a veteran because he was a superintendent of the police and quit his job and has been trying to track down Raks for years. So he's much older than he was when he was in the police force. So I'm going to consider him as an old hero. And the things to be to that we have to consider when you consider the age. So like I mentioned, for adult you just follow the same steps. There's nothing new, right? But when you're selecting young and when you're selecting old, there are some conditions that change here. So let's read what young does. Young heroes can choose only one feat from the role instead of two. So as you saw, there were two feats that we could select, but a young aged character can only select one. In exchange, they gain an exclusive feat only available to them, too young to die. Additionally, young heroes start the game with 2 adrenaline instead of 1. Okay, so the adrenaline point that I was talking about, the young heroes start with 2, right? So that's pretty simple. Now, old heroes can choose one additional feat among the ones available through either their role or troop. Okay, so I can select one of them. However, they start the game with 2 lethal bullets instead of 1 in the death roll. When you reach a certain age, you need to be careful. Additionally, all heroes can choose to start the game with one experience of their choice. We will take more experience is something that an event that actually changed your perspective, character's perspective. I'll explain how we get there. So for now, we have decided that Vikrant is the name, the job is private eye, age is old, and catchphrase I have already mentioned, flaw I have already mentioned. Now the next thing that we have to select is the trope. Now these are the tropes, right? So tropes are Okay, let's see one trope for example. Bad to the bone. Listen, I'm no hero. I do not care. Okay, this is so based on this trope, they get attribute points. Either of one of them, not both of them. Yeah, they have to select either of either of the two. So that's there, and these are the feats that they can select, and they can only select one from them, and these are the skill points that they have to increment by one, right? So I am going to consider to take leader. So I'm considering his trope as leader because he was leading. He was a ranking officer previously, and he has those skills to lead a team, right? So I'm taking leader as his trope. You're always on the first line, ready to lead by example and to take matters into your own hands, even at the most difficult of times. You're steady and reliable, a real touchstone for your friends. Okay, yeah, steady and reliable. Yeah, that could be something that could my flaw could counter, but I think it still works. Um, choose one from these. Okay, so head on a swivel. Wait, head. I think this is something that I looked into. Let's go to the feats and head on a swivel. You're always ready to spot what's coming. Gain a free roll when preempting danger or ambushes. Yes, so this is something that I thought will also help me roleplay, uh, which I will get back to. So this is another feat that I'm going to consider. That is head on a swivel. Gain a free roll when preempting dangers or ambushes, or trying to locate lurking enemies. Okay, so what I was thinking was, since my player has that guilt, right? He's lost his friend. So every mission that he fails in identifying danger, right? If he fails, and which causes his teammates harm, it negatively affects him. So that's the flaw that I was talking about. Like it, because the fact that right now as well he's not able to protect his teammates. He goes back to his flashback where he lost all of his task force team, his friends, his colleagues, right? So that's something that I want to role play. So and this is something that I'm going to use as his feat, right? Head on a swivel. So now let's go back to tropes. Yeah, so I selected a leader as trope. So I just want to check. Now I have one more feat that I can select, right? So under this, what would I say? Marksman, intimidation. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for intimidation. He's very good at interrogating his suspects, and that's how he used to solve his cases. They used to break down under his interrogation skills, right? So that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to consider intimidation. So totally 4 feats. That is detective. I'll make a phone call, intimidation, and hands on a swivel, right? So these are the 4 feats that I've selected. Now, once the feats are selected, once a trope is selected, feats are selected. We have to, anyways, we have to use the character sheet to add all these. Mark the attribute and skill points. Yes, I'm going to do that in the character sheet. Add 2 more. So after we've I'm going to increase the skill points of the ones that is already mentioned in the under the roles and the tropes. We get 2 skill points that we can use to add to any of our skill points, right? So that we can do choose and note feats. Yes, that we have already noted the feats. Choose your gear. Yes, that will be the last thing that we do. And by default, we get 1 adrenaline, 1 spotlight, 1 cash. Okay, cool. So now let's check out our character creation in Alchemy VTT. This is an empty character. I'll just edit this itself. So as you can see, I mentioned by default the attributes will be 2 and the skills will be 1, right? And as we planned our Vikrant Rao character, that's what we're going to follow. So I have the the rule set on my other screen, so I'll just follow that and fill up the character sheet. Okay, so this is the edit mode now. Vikrant, sorry, Rao is my character's name, and the role is sleuth, right? Sleuth, and trope I had already selected, which is leader, right? Job is private eye, age is old, law. Yeah, so let me go to sleuth, and the flaw was I don't know. No, wait. The flaw was you can't run from your past. So this is actually under the catchphrase section, but I feel this is something based on his past. I feel this should work well for his flaw, and his catchphrase is you can run but you cannot hide. Okay, so now the attribute that it suggests that it actually sets that we have to set increment by 1 is focus according to the rule. So for focus would be 1, and the skill points that it mentions to be incremented is endure. So now this becomes 2. The next one is stunt. Now this becomes 2. Cool. This is 2. Drive. Oh, he's a good driver, huh? Shoot. Oops. Yeah. Detect. That's 2. Then know. So he's a knowledgeable person. Awareness. This is 2. Stealth. Nice. 2. And streetwise. 2. Okay, so that's the skill points under the role. Now we had already discussed the feats, right? So feats that we thought of taking was one was detective. Come on, buddy, scroll. Okay, that's there. Add one more. That's detective. So this is these are yeah, one more, right? So because we are old, there's one extra feat that we can add. So we had decided I'll make a phone call, detective, and then intimidation. Yes, perfect. Now back to character. Now under trope we have to so we look this. So in the gear it mentions $1 item of choice from the gears, and pistol or rifle. So okay, let's go to gear. Let's go and add pistol. No, I think I'll go for a rifle. Yeah, just a rifle. Perfect. Or should I? Maybe I'm a pistol guy. Maybe Vikrant is a pistol user. I mean, sorry, a rifle user. You know what? I think Vikrant is a rifle user. Yeah. Okay, so that's there, and I'll in the end of this whole character creation, just for the $1 item of choice, I'll show the gears that are included. So for now I'll just save it. Back and go to edit mode again. Now let's go to the tropes. So under tropes, I've selected leader, right? So under leader, just a minute, my bad. Yeah, under leader, we either get to choose nerves or focus. So, nerves or focus? Oh, okay. So I can't use focus now because focus was already selected was already there in the role. So I have to select nerves only. Right. So that's there. Now under okay, we'll first finish the points, then we'll go to the feat. So it says endure. Endure. So this is 3 now. Cool. It's 3. Shoot is 3. Survival is 2. Leadership is 2. Detect is 3. Heal is 2. No is 3. Okay, so these are the skill points and attribute points added. Saving it. I have a habit of clicking on close, so if you don't save it and you close it, you have to redo the whole thing, so that's why I'm just saving it. So feat. So under the trope, there's one feat that I can take. So I selected head on a swivel. So that is one more feat. Come on. Head on a swivel. Perfect. So that's the trope stuff. Then the list says mark the attribute and skill points gained from it, which we've already done. Add 2 skill points more. Okay, so now let's go to character, and we have 2 more skill points that we have to add. I'm going to add okay, now this is something. I'm going to add for dexterity. I want to make him a little more agile. And come on, he's a Indian hero. He needs to know how to fight, right? So that's 2. So that's what I've done. So 2 free skill points. Choose and note 3 feats. We have 4 because we are old. Choose your gear. Okay. So now that's one thing. Before that, before going to gear, I would like to just make sure in my mechanics I have 1 adrenaline, and in my spotlight, I think it's already there. So 1 by default is already there, but in my death roulette I have to add 2 because I'm old. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so that's there. Now let's go to the gear. So let's go to the article which talks about gear. Yes, so I can take any gear from this list. Where is it? From this list, which is worth $1 cash. I'm kind of inclined towards handcuffs. No, I don't think I'll take weapons. I think I'll take a tool. I think I'm more inclined towards handcuffs, uh, because he wants to arrest people, right? Like I mentioned, he has um, his police training uh, embedded into his blood. So I think he won't kill unless 100% required. He would rather try to capture or arrest his um, enemies or the villain, right? So I'm gonna go back to the library, go to the character, and go to edit, go to gears, and add handcuffs. Perfect. And that's it. The character creation is done. This is all we needed to do. We just had to follow the steps, and uh, that's all we needed to do. Yes. So there was this one point regarding experience, right? So let's go to the library. I mean the content again. So when it comes to experience, it's like some event that actually affected your character. So under experience, it could have be an achievement, which is a positive thing. I've learned to put my trust on others, right? Scar, I was trapped in the flames. Um, so that's a bond is like you created a new friend, or you've got an attachment towards something. Reputation is you are known for something good or known for something bad, right? So in the case of um, this is so this the this whole explanation is on when the time comes, like how do you decide that you've got an experience, you've gained an experience. Have I learned a lesson or at great cost? Have I done something truly memorable? These are the questions you ask yourself. And if any of them is true, that means yes, you do earn an experience in this game. Have I changed my mind about something or someone? Have I dealt with an important personal problem? Have I made a name for myself with somebody, good or bad? Right? So that's the reputation thing. And this one could be answered. So, for example, have I dealt with an important personal problem? So, let's say our Vikrant Rao hero finally catches Raksh and puts him in prison, right? And that's like a personal goal that he has achieved. And maybe because of this goal, maybe his guilt goes off, right? That I'm talking about. The guilt is gone. He's avenged his brethren, right? So that's something that really uh, gets you into the whole role playing of the in this game. So what I was thinking is his one experience would be the death of his team, death of his friends, and it would be a scar. Uh, so what I was thinking, what the director could also suggest me would with regards to this is I was thinking like maybe I believe I mentioned it before, in a situation where I fail to protect um, my teammates, the players that are there, the heroes that are there along with me, trying to achieve the same mission, trying to accomplish the same mission. If I don't detect the danger, or if we are in a situation where we're all undercover and we're getting shot at, I go into flashback where I'm worried that I'm going to lose these teammates as well, and then it affects my nerves. So whatever action requires nerves, I take -1 dice roll. So that's what I'm thinking. This will help me role play and get make it more challenging for me in certain events while playing the game. And this is something you guys could think about as well. So I think this is going to be a little longer video than I expected, but I hope it was engaging, and I hope you've learned to create a character for your Outgunned game. So please do please do share this video with your friends who are actually who need a little help in character creation for Outgun, and please do subscribe. I also have a Discord channel. I'm going to paste the Discord channel invite link in the description below. Please do join, and have a great day or night or evening wherever you are.